everybody. So Bethel is just one church in Reading, and if that's all it was, I wouldn't be talking about it. But they are so much more than that. Bethel is the spearhead of a worldwide movement going on right now. One that it has incredible momentum. Their momentum's skyrocketing right now, right? Like the pink-haired preachers on TBN, like that momentum is gone. I mean, most of us are like, yeah, that's not really. But the momentum that's going on with Bethel is just skyrocketing up. And that's what they want. That's their goal. So this live stream is a lot bigger than just being about Bethel. It's rather focusing on the core or the center of what is really a very large movement worldwide. And it's a little hard to define if you decide, some people call this the NAR. I don't use that term because they don't use that term. And why? It's fruitless to tell someone, you're part of the NAR. And they're like, what's that? Okay, what's the point of that conversation? They are part of a signs and wonders movement, though. So we can say that for certainty. So there's Bethel. But then there's also Bethel's Apostolic Network. You can read about this on their website. Go to bethel.com or .org, whatever it is, Bethel Reading's website, and they'll actually talk about their Apostolic Network. That is a group of churches worldwide that are part of their network. In fact, 9 of them are within 15 miles of my own church in Bellflower, California. 9, hundreds and hundreds of miles away. That's in a very small area within 15 miles. 9 churches are considered in some way part of this global network, this apostolic network. Also, Bethel has not just the apostolic network. They have Jesus culture. You guys are familiar with Jesus culture. Bethel music is overtaking Vineyard music. Really, they're just kind of carrying on. One sort of comes after the other there. But Jesus culture is meant to be used to not only promote music, it's an intentional, deliberate attempt to try to promote a certain kind of revival theology and practice for the church. There's also Bethel School of Supernatural Ministry, and they have international students going from around the world to their local school, which they've created where they're supposed to change the culture of the church. So I'm just trying to establish right now that this is a big movement. This is not one little guy I'm just picking on or something like that. No, this is a big movement, okay? And the goal of the School of Supernatural Ministry is to create in this student somebody who can kind of like be like a seed. Then they leave the school and they go to some other church in some other place in the world. And then they change that church and change that culture there. So they're trying to export all this information. I'm not making stuff up. I'm going to play a video where Bill says the same thing in just a moment. Now, in all reality, does the church need to change? I mean, do we need large worldwide change in the church of revival? Yes, we absolutely do. And so I don't deride them for any of these things that they're doing so far. I think it's needed. I think I need it. I think the world needs it to see the church in a real place of revival, not on the verge of revival, not one day we'll have revival, but really following Jesus with everything we've got, walking in self-sacrificial love, living out holy lives, and being completely abandoned to the cause of the kingdom of God. Absolutely, we need that. But I don't think that validates everything that they're doing. So they're exporting their culture through books, through online teaching, through seminars, revival meetings, concerts, through schools, through you name it. This is important because the things that they're teaching aren't things you learn from reading the Bible. These are things you learn when you get around a certain environment where they have a bunch of extra biblical practices and habits. And I know because I've been there. I was at Anaheim Vineyard when I was in my teens and saw a lot of things there that you don't read about in the Bible, but they work. Like when you create this certain environment with certain practices, it really does cause certain responses from people, and that's what they're doing. So Bethel is also building a house of generals, they call it, the house of generals, and they also have another kind of nebulous thing they're building called the Apostolic Center. And I don't know exactly what the Apostolic Center is because in their videos they don't describe it entirely, but basically it's going to be a location where this stuff just goes to the next level. We're exporting our teachings and our practices big time to the church around the world is the idea. The House of Generals is going to be a location where they have, it's interesting, on a side note, I'll share this, where they have like kind of a museum of artifacts or relics from past revivals. And you come and you can touch them or you can pray over them and you can ask God for that anointing. And it's a little odd. But what's going to happen is over the next 10 years, Bethel's going to become the Mecca for the hyper-charismatic movement. And I'm charismatic. I believe in the gifts of the Spirit, but that's what Bethel's positioning themselves to become, is the Mecca. And for not just the hyper, what they want to do is they really want to appeal to all streams of the charismatic movement, as well as anybody even who's not. So This is going to be really big. Let me play with you for you the first video. This is Bill Johnson talking about